Please read us a story, old bear. We'll all gather round. Dear old bear, sit in your favorite chair. We'll sit all around, dear old bear.
Little Bear was sitting quietly by the sofa with the sewing box open in front of him. "Are you sorting out the things?" asked Rabbit. "Not exactly," said Little Bear. "I'm really looking for something to play with. Only I haven't found anything yet," he added. "Well, come and look at Duck," said Rabbit. "I think he's playing pirates all on his own. He's just walked the plank." Little Bear and Rabbit watched quietly as Duck marched up a long piece of wood to a box, then, with a lot of wing flapping, jumped from the box onto a cushion. "That looks fun," said Little Bear. "Shall we ask if we can play too?" "In a minute," said Rabbit. "We'll dress up as pirates first, so we're ready to join in." They hurried back to the sewing box, and Rabbit pulled out 2 long pieces of material. "These will do as pirate headbands," he said. "We don't really need anything else." When they'd tied the material round their heads, they bounded over to where Duck was picking himself up once more from the flattened cushions. "Can we play pirates too, please?" asked Little Bear. "Walking the plank looks fun." "I'm not walking the plank," said Duck. "I'm practicing flying." "I didn't think you could fly," said Little Bear. "Well, not far, anyway." "That," muttered Duck, "is why I'm practicing." "Perhaps we could help you," said Rabbit. "Watch me." He ran along the plank and leapt into the air. Whee! Oh, that was fun. Grumbled Duck. "Not when you've been doing it all morning. You went higher than me and you haven't even got wings." "Your wings are quite small, really," said Little Bear. "Perhaps we can make you some bigger ones." "Out of what?" asked Duck. "Paper bags," suggested Rabbit. "I know where to find some." Very soon, Rabbit and Little Bear had slipped 2 big brown bags over Duck's wings and were carefully tying them on with string. "They look a bit funny," said Duck, flapping them up and down. "It doesn't really matter," said Little Bear. "If they work, we could paint them to look like your own wings. Go on, Duck, try them out." "Oh, I'll have a go," said Duck doubtfully. Flapping the paper bag wings as hard as he could, he hurried up the plank, then launched himself from the box. He went a tiny bit further this time, just past the cushion, to land with a bump on the floor. Rabbit came over and examined the crumpled paper bags. "That wasn't much better, was it?" he said. "Better," said Duck. "It was worse. At least I used to land on the cushion." "Perhaps you need to jump from something higher," suggested Little Bear. "We'll push the plank further up for you." Rabbit and Little Bear moved the piece of wood up the box. "It looks a bit steep," said Duck, "but I'll have a go." "I just hope it's safe," he muttered, as he hurried over to the starting point. This time he took a run at the plank, jumping up and down and flapping his paper bag wings as hard as he could. Suddenly he reached the end, and down it went with a bump, catapulting Little Bear, who'd been standing on the other end, high into the air. He sailed over Duck's head and landed with a soft thump on the sofa. "Did you see that?" said Duck. "Everyone's flying today except me, and I'm meant to be the one who's learning." "You ought to try that," called Little Bear. "It was really exciting." "No, thank you," said Duck. "I don't think the paper bags are up to it. They're too floppy." "Aeroplane wings aren't floppy," said Rabbit thoughtfully. "I think we could make you some of those." Very soon, Rabbit and Little Bear had found a piece of strong red card. "I'll make it a bit shorter," said Rabbit, cutting the end off with scissors. "And then I'll cut round the corners to make a sausage shape." Little Bear was drawing a shape of his own. "Why are you making a flower?" asked Duck as he peered at the pattern on Little Bear's piece of card. "It's not a flower," said Little Bear. "It's a propeller, and it will help you fly when you've got your aeroplane wings on." When the new wings were finished, Rabbit and Little Bear lifted them into position and helped Duck to fix them on. Then they stood back to admire their work. "Now what do I do?" asked Duck, trying to flap the cardboard wings. "Aeroplanes whiz along very fast," said Little Bear, running to show how it was done. "Then they go up into the air." "I'm not very good at whizzing," said Duck, watching Little Bear's demonstration rather doubtfully. "I'll just walk fast." He set off across the room with his new wings outstretched. But nothing happened. "Wait a minute," cried Little Bear, waving his propeller in the air. "You forgot this." "And I think wheels would help," said Rabbit. "I am not wearing wheels," said Duck. "I'd look really silly." "Then we'll have to find a way of moving you faster," said Rabbit. "So you get off the ground." "What about using the train?" suggested Little Bear. "Well, if you think it might work," said Duck, "I'll give it a try." While Rabbit went to fetch the train, Little Bear popped the propeller in Duck's beak, and then tried to get it spinning. He was still turning it round and round when the train came rattling across the floor towards them, driven by Rabbit. "Hop in," cried Rabbit, "then I'll make it go really fast." "Just one go," said Duck, who was beginning to wonder whether flying was such a good idea after all. "Are you ready?" called Rabbit, when Duck was in place on top of one of the trucks. Duck nodded, and the train began to move. It went faster and faster. Duck flapped his cardboard wings, and the propeller began to spin. Suddenly, Duck rose up into the air, just long enough for the train to disappear from underneath him. He glided about, dipping to the left and then to the right, before landing with a thump on his beak. Rabbit stopped the train and hurried over. "Are you all right?" he asked anxiously. "No, I'm not," replied Duck. "I've squashed my beak and the propeller's bent." "Shall I make you a new propeller?" asked Little Bear. "No, thank you," said Duck shakily. "I won't really be needing one. I'm not going to try that again." Rabbit was just helping Duck to take off the aeroplane wings when Sailor arrived. "Hello," he said. "I've been watching you all from over there." "We're teaching Duck to fly," explained Little Bear. "It's really fun." "Not if you're doing the flying," said Duck. "Well, I was wondering whether these would be useful," said Sailor, holding up 2 triangles of coloured material. "They're old sails from my boats. I thought they might make good wings." "I suppose they might," said Duck. "Thank you, Sailor." Little Bear picked up the sails and tried flapping them. "They would be good," he said, "if we could fix them on." "You need to use them outside, really," said Sailor, "so they can catch the wind." Said Duck thoughtfully. "Perhaps there is a way I could use them." He took the sails from Little Bear one at a time and spread them out on the floor. "I'll have to do some sewing first," he said, turning the sails round. "But if you'd like to come out into the garden in half an hour, you might see a bit of flying after all." It didn't take very long for all the other toys to hear about Duck's plan, and very soon a large crowd had gathered outside. At last, to a loud cheer, Duck arrived carrying something exciting made out of Sailor's sails, 2 sticks and a ball of string. "That's a funny pair of wings," said Little Bear. "You've sewn them together. How will they fly now?" "Very well, I think," said Duck. "Just watch." And laying the sail wings down on the ground, he stepped back and pulled on the string. A gust of wind suddenly lifted them high into the air, up and up, round and round. "It's a kite!" gasped Little Bear. "That's right," said Duck, "and this is the way to fly. You can go as high as you like and still keep your feet on the ground. Which is, I've decided, exactly where my feet like to be."